Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on which corner of the world you are. My name is Morgan Alexander, and I'm the composer with whom you've been in touch for the past few weeks or the past few days. Before I start the event, I just wanted to share a few details with you. I consider myself a very sensitive observer, and also from the musician's point of view, I wanted to say that tonight's troupe of artists is perhaps one of the most special ones because of the fact that many of them, or too many of them, these works are very profound and very personally connected. And I want to thank those who really dared to share personal details with us. This absolutely helps me as a composer to kind of widen my picture, my scope of observation, and also shed more light into my music making process. We go to an artist from the Netherlands, from Maastricht. His name is Peter Sleggers, and at first I thought, when I came across this work, I thought it was an abstraction because of the very unorthodox and kind of direct juxtaposition of the colors. There's some beautiful layers in here that, although they don't necessarily have a smooth transition, but they're just stacked on top of each other, and I believe it could be the angle or the position, or maybe that little red stain that it has all across those bodies of gold. But it absolutely has some type of cohesion. It sticks together, and exactly that combination, after doing my own analysis of observation, the swan, which I discovered a bit later, the golden clouds or the golden fire that is coming out of nowhere, with the sky colors and the darkness with the red stain. These are quite a lot of layers, but they somehow have created this invisible texture that every time I look at it, it makes me remember it, even though I look at it for just once or twice. It's really difficult to describe into words, but it's so memorable. It's a work that really hits you, and then it's quite magical when you look at it. I've made a note on this so I don't forget, because I believe this is probably one of the most interesting elements of this work, that if you don't look at it close enough, you may miss it or kind of skip it. It's the creature that stands to the right off the canvas, middle right. It feels as if this is a person with his or her eyes down, praying, and then a swan in the back. I believe that's like the soul of the work, and then the rest is just the beauty of its body. I knew the music. I heard cello sounds. The timbre was very clear, but it was quite difficult to pin down a definite theme. And I knew it needed to be warm in color. I knew it needed to be thick in harmonies. And here's what I came up with. Before I play, I want to say a few words of Peter's. I live right in the middle of the city, next to a flowing river, says Peter, and I'm inspired by the ever-changing skies, the currents, and the reflections. A lively dance of humans and nature, always inherently connected. Peter, to close it on this note without forgetting any details that I really wanted to share with you, it was quite difficult to finalize the piece of music because I wanted to really bring a complex piece, as complex as your work seems, but yet at the same time very cohesive. And if you listen to my harmonies, I do some very subtle changes that may surprise you at first, but that is because I wanted to really match and describe these very abrupt layers that you have in here, but somehow they stick together. And I tried to build that same structure into my music, which turned out to be a suite. And I hope I did justice to it, and I hope I tried to preserve that majesticism of this work that you have. It seems, as modern as it is in concept, it seems to be very profound and sort of corporeal or meditative. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's a remarkable work. Thank you.